4th of June, 1959, into the family of A.J.M. Diri of Kalama Compound of Sampo, Kolokomo, Opokuma local government area of Bayelsa. Douye Diri attended state school, Kayama, now known as Reverend Proctor Memorial Primary School, Kayama, where he had his first school leaving certificate. In 1977, he proceeded to Government Secondary School, Odi, where he sat for his West African School Certificate in 1981. Given his unrelenting quest for education, Senator Diri proceeded to the River State College of Education, Rumolumeni, and was awarded the Nigeria Certificate in Education (NCE) in 1985, and later a bachelor's degree in Education Political Science. The man, Douye Diri, has been described by friends and colleagues as a God-fearing, meek, and humble man.
He's a man who is the epitome of gentility. He's a man who has the heart of God. His heart is the heart of gold. A man who craves after God. He's a man who fears God. Douye Diri, the answer to the genuine prayers of Bayelsans. He's a round peg in a round hole in the governance of Bayelsa State.
I know him before this time. I know him as that calm, cool-headed man. So intelligent. He don't like offending anybody. He forgives. He's a quiet man. So anything he's doing, he has the fear of God.
His Excellency Governor Douye Diri represents the best of us. The best of the Ijaw man by his humility, his sincerity, his forthrightness, and his accommodating nature. Very listening. And all these are verifiable.
Senator Diri began his political career in 2000 when he was appointed Executive Secretary, Center for Youth Development by late Chief Deputy Solomon Peter Alamese of blessed memory, a position he held from 2000 to 2002. In 2006, he was appointed Commissioner for Youth and Sports by the then Governor of Bayelsa State, Dr. Goodluck Jonathan. He also served as Chairman, Disciplinary Committee of the People's Democratic Party, PDP. In 2012, he was appointed Deputy Chief of Staff, Government House by Governor Siriake Dixon. He was later elevated to Principal Executive Secretary, a position he held till 2015 when he was elected into the Green Chambers representing Yenagwa Kolokoma Opokuma Federal Constituency. In the same vein, in 2019, he was elected as Senator representing Bayelsa Central Senatorial District, which comprises of Southern Ijaw, Yenagoa, and Kolokoma Opokuma local government areas. Senator Diri joined the Bayelsa State gubernatorial race on the platform of the People's Democratic Party, PDP.
I was part of those who contested with him in the primaries. Commonwealth Benson was also contested, aspired for it.
A move born out of the desire to further serve the people of Ijaw nationality in another capacity. He emerged the gubernatorial candidate in the party primaries held September 3rd, 2019. He picked his workaholic deputy, Senator Lawrence Urujakbo, who was then senator representing Bayelsa West Senatorial District. Following the Supreme Court judgment on the 13th February 2020, Senator Diri was declared the winner of the governorship election, and the prosperity journey began with jubilation. And so began the journey of the miracle governor and the prosperity crusader. With a burning desire to consolidate on the gains of his predecessor, little did he know that a pandemic would ravage the entire world. The coronavirus slowed down governance the world over. It was indeed a very difficult beginning.
To power miraculously on the 14th of February 2020, and we all know nationwide, worldwide, there was COVID-19 cases all over and there was shutdown everywhere. And so after the COVID-19 cases, we went into the litigations here and there. And so it started properly in the year 2021.
Today, it gladdens the hearts of many Bayelsans that in spite of the challenges, the Prosperity Administration hit the ground running in a bid to cover lost ground and has concluded and inaugurated several projects. For instance, 51 internal roads, urban renewal project at Douye DP roundabout, a project so dear to many.
Douye, you know that roundabout, it's something to talk about. It was not good for, it was like an eyesore, and that is the heart of Bayelsa State. So he did that to upgrade that part of the road, that Douye roundabout road. So that is another good aspect.
In our communities, you have a lot of internal roads that he worked on. In our communities, you have a lot of town hall projects that he worked on. So it's not just what people see in Yenegua. It's actually that he's actually reached so much into the interland. He's also, the Keremo Road was partially completed. He's completed it. He's heading further than the Keremo, which is great.
Making sure that bridges are constructed across the senatorial districts in the state. You can see what he's been doing by continuing with the project construction from Sabama exit. We are moving to Agay. By the time that road gets to Agay, that's the ocean, and we will tap all the benefits of that area. He's continuing with the central senatorial road, moving to Kubi, where I served as a principal before. And he's working on the Nembe Brass Road. These are the core things we need to do in Bayelsa to bring down the cost of living and to make life easier for the people.
So he's making an attempt, a fair attempt, an applaudable attempt in building a road to Brass. Between Nembe and Brass, I think some kilometers of sand filling and clearing has been achieved. I think they are now working on some bridges. There will be a lot of bridges, you know. But what I have to underscore here is that this is a project that General Yakubu Gowon flagged off in the 70s. Yes, the federal government of Nigeria at the time flagged off this project in the 70s before most persons were born.
The three senatorial road projects were not left out. At the inauguration of the Igbedi and Glory Drive Igbogene road projects by Governors Seyi Makinde of Oyo State and Bala Muhammad of Bauchi State, they both eulogized Governor Diri on his impactful projects.
I was amazed to learn that this is the first star road that provides access to Igbedi community since the community came into existence about 500 years ago. So again, I want to thank my brother, Governor Douye for this opportunity to share in the joy of your people.
To do so many things at the same time. I don't know from where you are getting your allocation. Maybe you are having a special allocation that we don't know. But the number of projects that my colleagues, both senior citizens of Nigeria, are coming to Yenagoa to commission or Bayelsa is so amazing. But it is a pleasant surprise.
We all people, they step for this road, they fall for water, and some even they suffer before. As Diri gone through this road for us, we're very happy.
For all of the Igbedi community, we are very grateful.
At the time, people sing for us yesterday at the time, different songs that they sing. At the time, because it's dry.
Former Governor Udom Emmanuel of Akwa Ibom was also in the state to inaugurate agricultural-based projects initiated by Governor Diri.
Agric is now a business. It's no more subsistence as usual. Now we are making money out of agric.
At the Bayelsa State Medical University, Ingbe Road, former Governor of Rivers State, Governor Nyesom Wike, inaugurated the Laboratory Service Hall in equipment acquired by the Prosperity Administration.
What are we celebrating? If you have nothing to show, you have nothing to show. If you have nothing to show, you have something to show. And that's why the governor and government of Bayelsa State have invited people to come and see in our 2 years in office, see what we have done for the people of the state.
Amen. Amen.
The prosperity government cares about the well-being of the people, and the evidence is to be seen in the health sector. The Bayelsa Health Insurance Scheme, BHIS, new office, was initiated, constructed, and inaugurated by Senator Ifeanyi Okowa, former governor of Delta State.
This health scheme was initiated by my immediate predecessor, alias Ofroma Pepe. I went on board, we looked at it, and we saw the benefits, the enormous benefits to our people. And we decided to continue with it, not only to continue with it, but expand it. And today, it has been expanded beyond the formal sector. It has included the informal sector in our state. And we also felt that as robust as the scheme has become, we needed a befitting office space. And we initiated the construction of the health insurance house. It is completed.
The appellation, Miracle Governor, speaks volumes in Southern Ijaw local government area. Former Vice President, Professor Yemi Oshibajo, commended Governor Diri for commencing the Oproma Road project, which he came to flag off.
We know that there can be no inclusive prosperity without the effective linkages of communities and the effective facilitation of trade that roads like this can provide. And we must commend our dear brother, Governor Diri, and his team for the vision and commitment that they have shown to completing what was imagined almost 60 years ago and has been so long been coming.
To the Southern Ijaw people, it was a dream come true.
I want to equally appreciate the champion of prosperity and miracle governor of Bayelsa State, His Excellency, Distinguished Senator Douye Diri, for prioritizing the continuation of this all-important Yenego-Oproma Road.
I am grateful to Douye Diri for he is a visionary leader, and the people of Southern Ijaw will remember him forever for his good works.
Right from the beginning, we have been voting, and nobody was remembering us. And we come to see that Douye Diri came onto this chair, and Douye Diri now remember us.
As a media-friendly governor, Senator Douye Diri's administration constructed and inaugurated a media complex named after Bayelsa-born nationalist and Nigeria's first journalist, Ernest Sisei Ikoli, of blessed memory. The complex houses the three state-owned media houses: the Bayelsa State Television (NDTV), the Bayelsa State Broadcasting Corporation (Gloria FM), and the Bayelsa State Newspaper Corporation, publisher of New Waves. The inauguration was done by Senator Yoshi Ayu, former national chairman of the People's Democratic Party (PDP).
In 1926, when the Daily Times was formed, Ernest Ikoli was the first editor of the Daily Times.
I am pleased to introduce His Excellency once again, the Executive Governor of Bayelsa State, Senator Douye. As you know, the media is an essential component of government. In fact, government is incomplete without the media.
Aside his commitment to infrastructural development, Douye Diri also ensured peace in all its ramifications, as his peaceful disposition has brought stability and order to the Ijaw Nation and the INC.
And so he came with this gospel of love and forgiveness. Even at a school level, he doesn't hold back. He tells us, if somebody comes with hatred, give him love. If it comes with bitter, show sweetness and so on. Like you know, Douye was the first elected National Organizing Secretary of the INC. Just a few minutes ago, I was with him and we were just recounting our past days because at that time I was the National Assistant Secretary. We shared pleasant thoughts together, memories together. And we were saying, look, that was a good training ground for any leader, any officer tomorrow. I'm not surprised at what he is doing now. And you see, he doesn't pay lip service to these things.
Douye is a lover of the Ijaw nation. Yes, he came on board when INC was in comatose. About 8 years of lack of leadership, of 8 years of very loud silence about the INC. Douye came on board and provided the needed resources and political will. And today, I've always been supporting the INC too, from that period to now. Note also that Douye was a one-time national organizing secretary of the INC. And so he's somebody that has in-depth knowledge of the struggle. And but unlike most persons who also know things about it, he decided to also continue, even while not holding an executive position in the INC, continue with the needed support of the INC.
Since he came on board, indeed from the time of His Excellency Diri Dixon, who was also a man from the struggle platform, he was at the time the National Legal Advisor of the INC. Okay? These people carried the burden of Ijaw people on their head, on their shoulders. That every year, Bayelsa State government sends succor to our people in Ondo, in Edo, Delta, Rivers, Akwa Ibom.
The Bayelsa State Traditional Rulers Council also enjoys a cordial relationship with the Prosperity Administration.
The relationship between the traditional institution and the government of Bayelsa State is exceptionally cordial. As fathers of the state, we relate very well with our son, the governor, and he understands. He understands our heartbeat. He knows where to meet us, where we need him, And so far, so very good. And our prayers have just returned to him.
The legislative arm of the government and Bayelsa State equally enjoys its freedom and independence.
So the executive arm and the legislators, they are working hand in hand. They cannot work without the other person. They cannot work without us. We cannot work without them. So we are all working in one synergy to see that Bayelsa State develop.
Because most of what he calls on us for, the laws he calls for, the areas he focuses on, touches on the very heart of the people. We've had a great relationship. He barely asks for something, and we know that that project is for the people. And I think that it's been cordial. There's been a lot of mutual respect, and we've grown well together in the last few months, and we look forward to a better time.
We voted in to speak for our people. So we go there to do policies that will benefit our people. We go there to do laws that will benefit our people. While the executive, they are there to execute the policies we have made.
Bayelsa State as a mono economy, a civil service state, Diri's commitment to prompt payment of salaries and annual step increment is next to none.
In terms of welfare, I think he has done well, because you'll see that as he came in, we had an increase. There was this new minimum wage and its consequential adjustment. Towards the end of the last administration, it was approved, and this administration came in and he went on with it. There was no stop, there was no pause, there was no gap. So I think that's a very good one. We've been getting our salaries just on time, And sometimes I hear civil servants complain that it comes too early. But I think that's a plus for us. So in terms of salary, it's good. In terms of our allowances, the Governor Douye Diri administration has done well. And not just that, we also had the privilege of having land for civil servants at Agura.
Diri's Prosperity Administration also focused on youth and women empowerment programs through Diri Boost projects and training skill acquisition trainees.
He has always been saying that he wants people to be employers of labor rather than looking for labor for employment. You should get yourself. He has been making packaging things for people to be independent, to people to bring in their own employer, because government alone cannot employ. The usual life of saying everybody wants to be SSA, everybody and just to be receiving salaries is not meaningful. The one people can also work to add value to the system and employ others. And that's the principle, that is his own.
The laudable achievements of his first tenure endeared the people of Bayelsa State to vote massively for the miracle governor to consolidate in these remarkable achievements.
Obviously, the people of Bayelsa State saw something good in the last 4 years, and that is why they overwhelmingly supported his return.
Douye Diri has actually satisfied the yearnings of Bayelsans, and he has actually implemented his campaign promises.
The testimony on Douye Diri's performance profile knows no bounds. As former Nigeria's president, Dr. Goodluck Jonathan is also joined in eulogizing the miracle governor.
And Diri, you've done very well, leading Bayelsans at least one day of the year or a week program or so to remember what God has done for us.
I solemnly swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So help me God.
After the inauguration into the second tenure, on the 14th of February 2024, the expectations of people are high. The collective prayer of the Bayelsa electorate is that the government would take prosperity to the grassroots, in line with the prosperity mantra of taking good governance to the people.
The people will not disappoint him. People will work in line with the spirit he has for us in implementing these things to the benefit of Bayelsans. He wants the dividends of democracy to go to all the corners of the state. And that's what he's been doing. He's been trying to serve the state the best way he can.
We can now take his word to the bank, because in the first 4 years, he said it and he did it. He stretched out an olive branch to all parties. In fact, he's one governor you can truly refer to as a governor of the people, because he's one governor you would find APC sing praises about, you would find APGA sing praises about, you find Labour Party sing praises about. So I believe that in the next 4 years to come, he would continue on this footing, because he himself can see the gains of becoming governor and being governor to all. He has no reason to backtrack on that promise. So I believe you that he will continue on that footing.
That even if you build all the roads, and there are no people to benefit from it means nothing. So he has decided that going forward, he will concentrate more on human capital development. That he will do, and I'm sure he will do it.
We expect that he's going to do much better than he did in the last 4 years. And then at the end of his 4 years, we should have a better state, a better state, a more peaceful state, a more economically viable state.
The second missionary journey of the Prosperity Administration has begun in earnest with the swearing into office of Senator Douye Diri, the miracle governor, as a people's duly elected helmsman.